Nope, sorry, wrong tab. There we go. Hello, and welcome to our Hunter the Reckoning 5th Edition Chronicle, Hopeless. As a warning, this is a mature game and explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. And as a special warning, if you have any problems with creepy crawly spiders, this is probably going to be an episode you're going to want to jump over. So, our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat, or they can throw up like an X sign, whatever it is they want to do. And then we are pre-recording, so we can actually jump ahead or skip the entire scene. We can hit pause, and then you'll see a bit of a jump cut. So if you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are going to be on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. So, it's time to talk about some of our sponsors. First up is Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the greatest role-playing, game-making accessory you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game, from dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs. Each piece is created on-site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. I have the Ganger one because...
Banging and banging.
And they're the best clan. We may have extra stuff coming in the mail. That will be here soon. So, now that that particular is out of the way, Hunter the Reckoning is a game that's set in the world of darkness. Matt Webb said it best when he said, "It's not a world darker than our own. That's nearly impossible." At this point, it's a world where the darkness manifests. Are there really alligators in the sewers? Or are they part of some twisted vampire's plans? There are some reports of sleep paralysis, or are those reports the old hag crouching on people when they wake up? Which is true? Which is reality? Which is myth? This particular game takes place in Hope, Washington. It's a fictional city in the Pacific Northwest, based off of Vancouver. In Hunter, the people you see on your screens, or hear via this podcast, are the last beacons of hope for humanity. They're people who have seen the true face behind the evils that plague the earth and are determined to take back the night. So we're going to introduce our hunters now. Let's start over here with Patrick.
Hi, Patrick Gill, and tonight I am playing Adam Stitcher, Hunter at Law.
And Brennan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brennan. I'm playing Axel Valentine, and I'm ready to party.
I don't think there's going to be much partying going on this particular episode, buddy, but yeah.
Depends on what you think a party is.
That is true. Lex?
Hi, I'm Lex. I play Diz Dawson, entrepreneurial hunter and overall mom friend.
Unmute. On the other thing.
And the other thing, I'm going to it.
Yeah. Cool.
Hang on. Okay, I did it. This was all very subtle. I don't think anyone caught it.
Subtlety is what you need as a storyteller. Sometimes the players clue in on the subtlety, sometimes they don't. Right beside Lex, over here is Johnathan.
Hello, everybody. My name is Johnathan. I will be playing CJ Hoyt, a Marshall Creed hunter and the firearms specialist of the group. I'm finally going to get to shoot something.
What? Woo! Shooting things? Is that what this game is about? I'm out. Sam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty, and I am playing Andrea Locke, who is currently safe locked inside Axel's van that is made of metal and
It has a sick
absolutely
skeleton airbrushed on the side.
Yep, and I've got my handy rock'em sock'em robot with boomstick attachment, so I think I'm good. I'm worried about them though. I don't know how good they're gonna go. I'm good though. I'm safe.
I'm convinced. Zach?
Hi, I'm Zach Rivaldo. I'm playing Jordan Khanan, the faithful hunter and spider exterminator of the night.
So, with that out of the way, and the
We're
captions,
also ready to fight.
Yeah, the captions keep readjusting every time I say Lex to let's or legs, so let's just go with it.
I'm legs.
Axel's legs. So when last we saw our intrepid hunters, they decided to completely ignore every horror movie they had ever seen. And when they went to where Adam had come back from with Daniela, one of the other hunters, they found a hole in the ground, which I can reveal this now. It was basically kind of like a large trapdoor spider kind of home. And they went into that particular hole in the ground. And they found a lot of spider webs, and they found what was left of Daniela. She wasn't quite dead, but she was mostly dead. So they decided to put their friend out of her misery, and now, as you can see on your screens, this particular episode is entitled Revenge. So, the last time we saw them, they were in a large cavernous area, except for Andrea, who is locked in a sardine can above ground.
Safe van.
Sardine
That's not
can.
how you say safe.
That's literally
van.
what I just said,
rhymes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And they found a large cavernous thing, and it's completely and utterly covered in spider webs, every square foot of it. And there is a kind of it doesn't even look like it's surrounding anything, but there is a formation in the center. It kind of looks like it's kind of into a kind of twisted pillar, but it doesn't look like there's any stone underneath it in the middle. And you heard a voice that said that it didn't like mammals. So, having said that, what is everyone doing? Because you cannot see exactly where that voice is coming from.
Fix that.
Yeah.
I pull a lighter out and flick it against the kerosene-soaked rags on the end of my bat and go, why don't you come out and say that and just light it into a torch before I hold it straight up towards the center?
That is it. It's very bright to everyone. Like it is. You weren't expecting fire just yet, except for CJ. CJ came with the gun, glasses ready to go. Everyone else is kind of like shielding themselves from the light, but you can't quite see anything. Give me a wits and awareness for everyone. I would say wits and survival.
Any chance that I can switch my drones over to
That's gonna take a while.
to like some kind of
Yeah, that might take a
infrared or something?
4.
4.
4, 5 for Axel, 3 for Jordan, 3 for CJ. So 4 for Adam and Diz.
4.
Yeah, okay. And 5 for Axel. Axel, you're the first one to notice this. You notice that the kind of pillar twist thing in the center has like there's a large kind of white bulbous area in it. And it's not moving per se, it's pulsating.
Is it pulsating to the beat of the music in my headphones?
No.
That would have been much scarier.
I'm going to pretend it is.
Depends. What are you playing in your headphones? Let's get into the psyche of Axel.
There's some hazmat playing in her headphones.
It is not a hazmat.
There's nothing
fan,
better
apparently.
to kill to than your own soundtrack.
Storyteller,
That's me.
I would like to use my 4 successes. Adam's job in this sort of scenario is always keeping an eye on the rear. So I'm using my 4 successes and keeping an eye out or on the tunnel that we just came out of.
Is anyone else looking behind you?
Nope. I'm
No.
I'm
sort
looking
of
at that
circling.
pulsating guy.
Circling.
There is movement behind you. Not a massive amount of movement. It's not like the tunnel is flooded with spiders or anything. That'd be weird.
Okay.
But there's definitely some sort of creepy crawly movement.
All right. About how far away is the creepy crawly movement?
You guys didn't go too far from the body of Daniela, so it may in fact actually be coming from there.
All right. When it is appropriate, then I'm going to be popping off repel the unnatural and making my stand as the rear guard.
Refresh the viewers at home who haven't had actually encountered this particular power yet. What is that power and what is it going to do?
All right, so repel the unnatural is a true faith manifestation that is the stereotypical holding up the cross to the vampire, saying back, and stopping them in their tracks. Adam does have a particular fun variant on that, but that's not going to come into play, hopefully. So now, in this case here, there is a little bit of a ritual that goes along with it. Adam's holding up a cross, and he actually learned this from his first encounter, but he starts reciting the Hail Mary in Spanish, which I actually can do if you want, Steve. For
Yeah, I'm good.
But
Let's just do a blah.
But he's going to stand, and this manifests through intelligence and occult. Storyteller.
Okay.
What is our danger level?
Our danger level is currently 4.
Only a 4.
Only a 4.
I don't know if this is actually going to work on these things, so I'm not going to run the risk yet, so I'm not going to I'm not going to pull on the desperation dice yet. So this is just a standard int plus occult.
No, really, use the desperation dice.
Nope.
I request.
Nope. 1, 2, 3 successes. I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
To reroll these other 3.
It's so early in the game to roll a willpower.
Well, I'm actually
there's a
playing...
big ass spider.
Well, that then makes that a 4, 5, 6 crit.
Whatever is moving underneath the webbing
Hmm.
seems to be, there's a certain distance away. Like you've used this power before, and it seems to not want to cross that particular threshold.
Okay, so it's working. We're good.
Yeah.
All right.
What
You
is...
could you all can probably hear Adam doing his thing, and he just, as soon as he stops or as soon as he gets to the end of the prayer, he goes right back to the top, all the way down. That's he's not moving unless physically acted upon by something else.
Good
Now,
thing the
if I-
spiders speak Spanish.
If I recall correctly, Axel and Jordan were up front.
Yes.
Axel,
I think I was too.
Yeah.
give me a Dex and Athletics roll, Axel, unless you want whatever is about to happen to just happen.
I don't want it to happen. Dex and athletics, you said?
Dex and Athletics, correct.
I'll have you know that I am under the influence.
So noted. Which
So I'll add those dice.
helps in this particular instance due to a merit.
That's 4.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. Talk amongst yourselves. So, danger level 4, huh?
I figure since we've all been on hunts before, it's pretty usual that Adam is sort of our backup, make sure nothing comes up behind us. I figure this is a pretty familiar lineup for us by this point. Who takes point
Oh, yeah.
and who takes back.
Standard marching order.
Makes sense to me.
And who
CJ
stays in the
usually-
tasty tin can.
CJ
So,
usually stays somewhere between the frontline fighters and Adam.
I can try to see if I can switch the drone's view from what they were, from what it was to, like, I don't know, infrared or something like that.
we're going to get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
But first,
First bad things.
Axel, you kind of noticed something a little bit too late. There's a large amount of webbing that kind of shoots down, hits you across the shoulders, and you get yanked up.
Oh.
And on that note, Andrea, what are you doing in the van?
I want to, I guess, try to switch my the vision for the micro drones over.
As you're doing that, you hear on the van,
What do I hear?
yeah, that.
Okay.
That's
All right. I was like, I don't hear anything. I'm going to look in the direction where I heard the noise.
It's out the back door. Axel, does the van have like the kind of circular back windows on the doors?
No, there's probably no windows on.
No windows? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see nothing.
It's probably fine though.
It's probably fine.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry
look
about it.
out out of the like the passenger and driver side window, the rearview mirror, the mirrors, to see if I see anything.
You see nothing but forest.
Okay, that's fine. At least it's not a giant something. I can handle that.
Well, it's not a giant something in the rearview mirror.
I mean, the side mirrors. I was looking at the side mirrors too. Nothing? No? Okay, still nothing. At least it's small. Not giant, small. And I'm gonna ignore it.
It gets louder.
I'm going to start power, like I'm gonna go to turn Rocky on.
Going with Ed 209. All right. You hear, as you're kind of, I'm assuming Rocky has a bit of a startup routine. Like It's not something you can just flip a switch and they're combat ready automatically. As you're doing that, you can hear a very familiar voice saying, Andrea, come out. It's time to talk.
This really isn't fair. And now is not the time for this at all. I'm a little busy.
Come on out. I just want to talk. I've been waiting so long for you to be away from your friends.
Okay, look. I'll open the door, but I have to do the thing and we'll talk while I'm doing the thing. Just don't give me suggestions on it like Axel did. It's very distracting.
Okay.
Gonna open the door. Just open it. I've got my
And you
setup
see,
still working on it.
You see your sister. And on that note, we're going to flip back to everybody else. Axel. Hey,
So-
buddy. Well, up, you are.
Question to that regard. If he was right next to me, do I have an opportunity to grab onto him and elevator up?
Give me a wits and awareness.
Okay. I will use the danger dice.
That's what they're there for.
8 messy crit.
Now,
Not that
danger
messy
5.
means anything here, but 8 messy crit.
And now we're at danger 5.
No, we're not.
Oh.
No. I succeeded on all those.
Oh, you succeeded? Okay.
Yeah, all the danger dice succeeded. That's why it's a messy crit.
Damn. All right. So you can grab on.
Hmm?
Dex and athletics. Because you notice in time you're going to be reaching out to grab them.
Okie dokie. That is 3 successes.
That is not enough.
Okay.
Just you grab, I guess, Axel's boot comes off in your hand.
Not for free.
I like to assume Axel yelled that down at him, despite the danger.
I'm going to want that back.
Ah, shit. Can
Those
I
are
chuck it?
expensive.
Can I chuck it straight up in the direction that he went? Like, not at him, but like trying to arc over him?
The boot or your bat?
The boot.
Okay.
The boot. I'm not going to lose the bat just yet.
Yeah. I mean, if you
For what?
want.
Yeah. I'm assuming a strength, like a strength athletics.
Yeah, strength athletics.
All right.
For projectile weapons, it's athletics.
5.
It goes wide.
Can I catch my boot?
Let's go with superfluous rolls. Okay, what's your dex and athletics total for the dice pool, Axel?
Dex and athletics. One
Yes.
second. It is 4.
I'm just gonna go with half. You can probably snag it out of the air.
Yes.
You catch like the shoelaces and pull them in. As you're being raised up, you can see there's kind of an alcove that was right above where you all were. And out of this alcove, you see the spider web getting drawn up into that particular alcove. And as you get closer, something basically like your vision kind of catches up to it being dark again. And there is a thing. Let's just say thing. Thing is the best descriptor I can come up with. It is a large tarantula-esque body, but instead of where its face would be on a normal tarantula, it is the upper torso of a female-esque creature
Oh,
and it has like a large head, 8 eyes, and the mandibles, and it is pulling you closer.
it's pulling me closer.
Yeah.
From where we are, do I have any sights on the webbing holding him up?
Give me, what's your wits and awareness pool?
My wits and awareness pool is 6.
Are you like looking through sight or anything? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So let's add 2 to that. So yeah, that'd probably be 8. So yeah, 4. You should be able to have kind of a sight on it.
Cool. I would like to, using my specialization as a sniper, take a shot at that webbing.
Sure.
And I think I am, in fact, going to go ahead and use the danger dice.
And Axel's looking really nervous right about now.
Love you,
I don't
buddy.
think
I want
that's
you to
his
mess this up for me.
expression.
Danger 4.
We are at danger 4 still. Unless you get a bunch of 1s.
I didn't, so that's nice.
Good.
That would be 9 successes.
That is
Yeah.
more than enough. So CJ lines up the shot. Done this a billion times.
1-800 kills bugs dead, and I will just open fire on it.
And the bullet strikes completely true. It severs the webbing that was holding Axel up. And Axel is now falling.
No, I was so close.
For those of you unaware, Zoom chat's currently a dumpster fire.
Oh my god, right. Can I catch? How far up is Axel falling from?
Axel's falling from about 50, 60 feet.
Jesus, can I try to catch
A
him?
broken bone is better than being eaten by Spider Bitch.
I suppose that's fair.
I don't think that's what he was planning to have happen with Spider
Yeah, I think we just
Why
blew
not have
Axel's
something
shot.
So, while Diz is attempting to catch Axel, you said we all saw the thing in the center?
The thing in the center, yeah. But
Okay.
only Axel or people with like 4 or above wits and awareness kind of noticed a bit of the pulsating.
Me walking around with a torch, will I get too close enough to see this?
Yeah, you would eventually notice it.
Okay, so then while Diz is attempting to catch Axel, I'm just gonna go, you wanna play? Let's play. And I'm gonna jam the flaming end into the pulsating bit.
That's fair.
And while he's doing that, and I'm falling, I'm going to raise up my base towards the spider that I was so close to, and I'm going to activate my attract property on it.
You know, makes sense. Bring it down to us to
Yeah,
fight.
come down here. Come down
Yeah.
here.
So many different things are happening all at the same time. None of which Andrea is really seeing because she was opening the door for her sister. So, on that note, Diz, let's go with a Dex and
Athletics?
yeah, I kind of want to say athletics.
Yeah.
A
I can probably
Dex.
hear what's going on.
Does anybody know what exactly the skill would be for catching rock stars who are falling to their death?
It's a
I think
stage
Dex
dive.
or strength and athletics makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If anything, I should be able to help as I do this often.
Stage dive.
Yeah.
Can't argue that.
It's like a 50-foot trust fall.
6.
You do catch Axel. Axel, what is your what are you trying to do to kind of? Are you trying to go limp? Are you trying to what's the process in trying to help Diz on this particular thing?
I'm doing proper stage diving technique by going kind of stiff so that I can kind of land out, be
Trust
caught by the
fall.
arms.
Yeah.
Is anyone else helping Diz?
I'm burning a spider thing.
Yeah.
I just
There's
took a
that.
shot, so
You're doing great, Mom.
Just is.
So it was about
Sorry,
50
Diz.
feet in the air. So each one of those is a point of damage. Since Diz got more successes than the fall damage, I'm going to allow Diz to determine who takes what damage.
So 5 points split between us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have Axel take 2, and I'll take 3 since I was the one getting landed on.
Okay.
Oh, you're so nice.
Thanks, Mom. Jordan.
Really thought all that drug use would make him lighter.
That's
he
me.
got a big ol' ass.
That's a different kind
Facts.
So Jordan, you were jamming the flaming bat into the pulsating thing.
Usual Narishkai, yeah.
It basically goes up like a tiki torch, and there's like popping in there. There's like things that are falling out of it. It kind of looks like a bunch of spiders are now falling onto the ground. Some of them are in flames. Basically,
Gamma.
there's a lot of fire going on. You can hear above you, my babies.
Come on down, me Skype. Let's
And
play.
the rest of you see, like, kind of the large, it must be about 9 feet tall if it was to stand upright, I guess. Kind of like a spider centaur creature, and it is crawling down the wall, going after Axel.
Your babies. I'm also looking to have children.
Jesus, are you kidding me?
So I mean, I'm being held right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I can help you. You seem to have lost some. I could help you.
I'd like to drop him out of my arms at that and send him those last like 3 feet to the ground.
Yeah, you're both you
Let's be honest,
taking
you're
the
not 3 feet
damage.
tall.
Axel would have ended
How
up
dare you?
in taking the damage. Axel would have ended up on top of you, so you probably just push him off.
And I pushed him off really aggressively at his nonsense.
Not nonsense.
Adam,
lover,
what
not a
are
fighter.
you up to?
I'm maintaining my position. I'm keeping up as long as they're not or
Dying.
as long as as long as the things in the hallway are still staying put, Adam's keeping up the praying.
Also, unmute on the other thing. It wasn't picking you up.
Okay.
That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. So you're maintaining the prayer.
Yep.
It is whatever is there is keeping its distance.
Okay.
CJ, you would be next up in the order. There's a
Whatever's
large
up there is keeping
spider.
its distance.
Whatever.
Or can I see the spider?
Adam's things are keeping their distance. You are seeing the large spider thing kind of skittering across the wall, coming down towards Axel and Diz.
All right, here we go again then.
Taking a shot.
Yep, absolutely. Also, switching from single shot to semi-automatic firing modes on my wonderful Taver bullpup rifle here. It'll be 7 successes.
How many shots are you firing off?
Single pull should be, since I'm not going to do fully auto because that's just dumb to pray and spray, it should be three with
bullets?
1 trigger pull, I believe.
You got 7 successes.
Yes.
So, yeah, the bullets kind of rain out, and you hit it pretty effectively. It definitely looks hit. You tagged it. It's not slowing it down, but you hit it. Andrea, I'm going to flip back to you for a second. So, we have to talk.
Now?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
It's the
if
best.
you can't tell.
It was the best opportunity I had. And in your ear, because I'm assuming you're wearing kind of like headphone type things, you can hear like basically shit has gone sideways down in the hole.
Okay, what? And I'm just gonna like try to turn on like my comm and just like, should I do the fuel thing up here yet, or do I need to wait a little longer?
Little longer.
Okay. And then I'm gonna try to mute myself. Okay.
As you got distracted by that, your sister is no longer there.
That's just unfair. Why do you always keep doing that? Why do I always keep doing that? Okay.
Flipping back into the hole.
Shut the door.
So back into the hole. Jordan, you are up. What are you doing? Still maintaining the fire on the little spider children?
Unless Spider Lady is down here, then yeah, I got my batches like jammed in, burning it. I'm just gonna wave over at Diz to toss me something, like just to clean up this area more.
And I'm gonna throw him that second mini flamethrower that I had.
Okay.
Since I was able to dual wield those.
Jordan.
Yeah.
You're easily able to catch that. What are you doing with the flamethrower?
I'm gonna clear some of this webbing for a bit until the Spider Lady drops down.
She is going quick. She will probably be down there within the next round.
Then I'm going to like keeping the bat in. I'm gonna wait and hold. And the moment she hits, I'm just gonna hit her from the side or the back, whatever side I am, with fire.
Okay.
Which is also my plan from probably the front angle since I'm next to Axel.
So we'll
Yeah.
flank.
Yeah, she is definitely headed directly towards Axel. Axel, what are you saying during this particular moment?
You guys are terrible wingmen. And then I'm gonna start scrambling over towards Adam's perimeter, basically, as it's going to continue chasing me, but it'll eventually hit a wall.
Okay. To go back to Adam's kind of circumference of holy blessing, you would have to kind of go back into that cave system a little bit, which would put the Spider Lady pretty much right in a good spot to be in between Diz, Jordan, and CJ, and Axel and Adam, which is what happens this round. So she drops down and she turns towards Axel, but she's like, looks like she's trying to push her way into something that is not necessarily there, but it is.
I think the rest of us are unloading on
Yep.
her from every
Fully
angle.
auto mode, yeah.
Kind of figured.
Diz and Jordan fire from either side, and CJ fire ring.
Give me some dex and firearms rolls, I guess. That'd be the best way of doing it.
Is the flamethrower firearm, since it's actually one of my
It would be-
entrepreneurial things?
It would be for whatever role the entrepreneurial thing would be.
Entrepreneurial flamethrower.
Uh,
The flamethrower of industry.
so
Yeah,
that
it's got
makes that.
I just got to know what to roll for it.
Diz
Could
Dawson
I,
brand flamethrowers.
Could I apply my trick shot specialty so that I make sure that none of my bullets
You certainly can.
don't, go beyond her?
From where
well-
you are, you could probably, because it would drop down in the center. Over here would be Axel and Adam, and then
Yeah.
everybody else.
I don't
would
wanna
be-
hit
so
my
you could kind of
allies,
go.
so-
Yeah, you could go off to the side and then unload, and then
Thank
there
you.
would be nothing behind her,
Perfect.
basically.
So the roll to build it, which I already passed, was composure and science. So this might be dex science to use it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we could do a dex science if you want.
It's not quite a firearm.
I'm using danger dice because that's not a good pool for me.
If
I
you
have
wanted,
bonuses in that.
Jordan, if you wanted, you could use dex and firearms type thing. Kind of treat it like
It's minimally a better pool.
firearm. Yeah. All right.
7 successes.
Burning willpower, 4 successes.
7 for me as well.
So pretty much everything all happens at the same time. It lands. It's trying to get to Axel. CJ steps off to the side, unloads a bunch of shots into it. There's like blood that's splattering from it. Diz and Jordan both kind of take up positions to the opposite of where Axel and Adam are and just unload a massive amount of fire on the back of it. It almost lights her up in a halo.
Beautiful.
And then
Keep it in your pants, man!
It is right now.
and then it kind of reacts as if it's in a massive amount of pain. You hear like a as it explodes into a bunch of spiders, and they all go skittering off into a bunch of different directions.
Oh, fucking gross! No, 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 no!
No, that's still the spider.
I'm just painting the ground with the flame at this point.
Yeah, I think Jordan and I are just painting circles on the ground.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna keep the attract up so that it doesn't scatter.
Yeah, it comes towards into the
That's
fire.
much more convenient.
some of it does scatter.
Eyes on the ground because I don't want any of these spidery fuckers near me.
Oh, there are spiders near you.
Of course there are. Fuck.
Not only from the explosion of spiders, but also from the egg sack that Jordan lit on fire.
Oh,
They're
fuck
even
you, Jordan.
There are even flaming spiders coming towards you.
They're dying.
They're dying.
It's a rude thing
They're
to
on
call them.
fire. They're not gonna probably last, but yeah, they're unhappy. So,
is everything okay? Everybody
No.
good? Fuel thing?
Yes.
Fuel thing now?
No, not yet. When we're on our way out.
Okay.
Definitely on the way out.
most of the spiders, you can tell, are basically just barbecued at this point, with everybody flaming everything within the area.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take a grenade out of my backpack and just kind of jingle it at everyone. Do we take care of this on our way out?
Sounds like a plan to me. And I'm gonna just like
Is
dig
it
my
actually
bat
taken
into
care
dirt.
of yet, or it's
Hello,
like a
additional
bajillion spiders?
spiders.
I'm just gonna dig my bat into dirt and just dirt and spiders and just extinguish the fire.
Are you guys bringing the body back up with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's start moving back up then.
Adam
All right.
was still praying.
I found a sheet
Doing that the whole time.
in Axel's van, so we could probably use it to cover her.
I wouldn't trust those sheets.
Not clean sheets.
Gross.
Glad
Don't
I didn't
activate
touch
the
them.
black light.
Why are you like this?
Glad I didn't touch them.
Give Daniela
So
some
I-
dignity.
I figure Adam keeps up his praying as we're
Yeah.
heading out. He can just kind of clear us a path. Once we're far enough back, Diz is gonna pop that grenade and whip it into that center area. Because if something could grow down here, something can grow down here again.
For the grenade, is that part of your edges and such, or was that just a regular grenade?
I don't think there's demolitions on here anymore, is there?
Just ordnance.
Just ordnance.
Yeah, so it's just my thing then, just ordnance.
Okay.
So I can roll to have it if you want.
Sure.
Well, while we're doing all this,
See the payload on this particular specialty grenade.
while we're doing all this, I don't know what it is, but can I pull the thing I rolled from Arsenal that is exotic for this
Likewise.
occasion?
Yes.
Would you like to dictate what it is, or should I come up with something that matches the situation?
Feel free.
Okay. I'm going to pull what is described in the book as a hafla. It is a small one-shot napalm shooter.
Nice.
This is a great game. I love it.
Oh god, yeah. And once we get about halfway back from the grenade, I'm going to literally just like point it in this hallway towards like the spider webs and everything else and just hit it. Because it's going to do immediate 3 ag damage and 3 ag per round until it gets extinguished.
Nice. So yeah.
So that was 10 successes on my ordnance roll.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
So this is a very large grenade, apparently.
This
Or
is
maybe
a-
just a belt of grenades, Schwarzenegger style.
It's like Batman with the bomb.
Yeah. This is one of those special grenades Diz has been working on in her lab to try to get them even more corrosive.
Yeah.
Make sure nothing can grow here again.
So, is it an explosive grenade, or is it like kind of a specialty payload type thing, like acid or...
With that many successes, I'm going to go with something specialty payload for sure.
Okay, what
I
would
basically want to melt this fucking rock.
what would Diz's specialty payload be? Like kind of a napalm thing, like Jordan has, or just like an explosion that is like super, basically a small nuke.
I'd like to go with something that's like a small nuke, basically. I'd like to cave this in.
Okay.
Because this seems like something that it created to breed in, so I want to make sure this is... There'll be no more missing teenagers, there'll be no let's go to the haunted hole where our friends died last Halloween, there'll be none of that nonsense.
Okay. I'm assuming
No
as
fun.
well, like with that number of successes, you probably... Diz has been tinkering on these for a while, so it probably has like a specialty timer that Diz knows exactly when and where to be out of range, etc., etc. So Jordan tosses the one, which does massive amounts of napalm damage. It's lit up the entire thing.
Yeah, to clarify, what I'm doing, my intention is to have a fire going about halfway down so that when we dump the kerosene, it'll have something to ignite on.
Okay. And I'm assuming Diz is throwing the grenades into the open area that you were
Yeah,
in
I'm
before?
throwing it into the breeding parlor.
Okay. And then once you get halfway up, Jordan tosses the napalm grenades, and everyone basically makes it up to the surface.
Oh, we do take Daniela's body, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm carrying it out over one shoulder while I pump the hafla.
Without any further, essentially, problems, you make it up to the surface. The spiders kind of clear their way out from Adam's aura from that point. And I'm going to do the action hero type thing. And once Diz comes up, Diz is probably the last one up. And as soon as Diz comes up, brushes herself off a bit from all the spider webbing, the rest of you kind of see there's kind of a meadow that you obviously were underneath with the tunnel system. And it's like a ripple pattern that happens from the point of, you just see like the ground kind of exploding upwards and then kind of caving in a bit in the kind of Diz being too cool to look back at the explosion action hero pose.
I'm sad.
Nice.
I could see our whole life together. I mean,
Good
yeah,
job,
we had
everybody.
communication issues, but like we could have worked it out.
Water, please.
I'm just gonna walk over. I'm gonna hand the empty flamethrower thing back to Diz and just go, "Nice one, hot stuff." Before I kick the kerosene down the entrance hole.
It
I'm
takes.
going to. You can say I'm gonna walk out of the van, and yes, I have my cereal.
Yep.
I'm going to walk over to them, and everything good?
Had it handled.
Here. I'm gonna hand Axel the cereal box.
I need to eat my feelings.
We deprived Axel of his soulmate.
Oh, poor baby.
I should have seen her.
Soulmate my ass. That would have been the flavor of the hour.
Look, all those
And
hands.
you would have been
That's
the
a great
flavor.
drummer.
It would have been longer than an hour.
Not if she had anything to do with it.
I think I'm missing something.
Axel's
It's better
a
that
hoe.
you do.
Something awoke in Axel down there.
Yeah. What's the opposite of arachnophobia?
Philia.
Monster fucker. That's what the opposite of arachnophobia is.
Oh,
That's me.
do,
Don't kink
fun
shame.
fact, a lot of species of
Oh, I'm
spiders
shaming you.
will mate with a male and then they will eat like bite the head off.
Is that what you
Sounds
want?
like a hell of a way to die.
I mean, there might be worse ways to go, but I would not recommend that.
Adam's rummaging around in the van for anything to drink.
There's a
CJ will
lot
go
of-
to his.
There's alcohol.
vehicle.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things that have random liquids in them.
CJ
I have
will go
some
Don't
milk
drink
Pop
random
Tarts.
liquids.
No, don't drink random
I-
liquids. You know better.
I have a cup of milk in there if you want that.
I've
Was it
got
for your
water
cereal?
bottles in the trunk of
Milk?
my car.
Okay, so when you eat enough cereal dry, it's nice to have a swig of milk. To
It was
wash
for your
down.
cereal. Yep.
Children.
You
They're
just carry
literally
milk with you?
children. Is it in a sippy
Although-
cup?
No, but it is in like a thermos.
CJ's gonna go pop the trunk of his car to get out of a water
There's a
bottle.
straw
It's like an adult sippy
that's
cup.
built into it. I mean,
Here.
it's
you.
anti-spill.
What did I do? What did I do to
Spill-proof.
deserve this?
It's spill-proof.
I'm gonna go lay Daniela's body down in like the bed of the back of a trucker van, whether it be Diz's or Axel's.
I just want to point
Probably
out if you guys
Axel's.
have
Mine doesn't have
ridden,
any doors.
I'm just gonna point out if you guys have ridden with Axel, you would understand why I needed a spill-proof cup. Okay.
I'm an excellent driver.
Adam's going through Daniela's personal effects. Anything that would have still been on her person when we brought her out. Seeing what she's got.
Yeah, it's basically kind of the standard thing: the wallet, the odd trinkets here and there that you knew that Daniela wore, like the ring that you always used to wear. Yeah, just her like kind of gear.
Okay. Adam reaches into inside his he's actually sewn some pockets inside of his denim jacket here. He reaches in and he's got a roll of they're basically the little baggies you'd carry around when you're walking your dog, and he's putting all of the little odds and ends into the baggie. And then once everything's put together, he ties the bag up and puts it back inside his coat.
And at that point, it's a good time to take a bit of a break. Now that the hunters have maybe eliminated the spider threat and collected their fallen comrade. So, come on back in about 5 minutes, everybody. Go grab a drink. You're probably going to need it for the second half. Whatever
Why?
liquid. What?
You have to
Why
ask.
do they need that? Isn't it the happy puppy portion of the game next?
Yes,
Oh, totally.
it is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
have to
Lex,
go back and
you of all
check on
people know that
Artemis.
puppies are a lie.
If,
I have to go back and
nothing
check on
else-
Artemis.
If nothing else, Hunter is a game where happy endings are important. See you in 5, everybody. welcome back, everyone. We are going to go back to the hunters in the next day after they had gone back to Diz's house of wayward hunters, buy it on the merch shop, and unloaded everything, including, I'm assuming that Diz probably would have had somewhere to put Daniela at that particular point.
I figured Diz probably spent some time prepping Daniela, because of course we're hunters. We don't bury our dead, we burn them.
Okay.
So there would have been the wrapping and the building of the funeral pyre and all that kind of stuff while everyone went and took care of things. Diz and Johnny Five and the other one whose name has popped out of my head would have spent the evening doing that.
Let me just look that up for you.
The other one.
I don't even remember that myself.
I want to say Bob, and I know that's not it.
Rob.
It's sort of Bob, but it is Robert Bub Bukowski.
Fuck, I was close. I could have just wrote that.
Yeah,
through.
you were really close.
Yeah, so the three of us would have probably spent the night building this pyre, and it's definitely not the first time the three of them have done this.
And would there be somewhere special that Diz would have for the kind of the baggie of personal effects that Adam took from the body?
I think the personal effects and stuff are more sort of Adam's job, to make sure that gets disseminated to who they're supposed to go to, mailed to families, buried elsewhere. Okay. Diz takes care of the bodies.
All right, so that gets built up over the course of the evening as everyone goes their separate ways. And then I believe the plan was to get everybody together the next day to send Daniela off to the next life. So we're going to fast forward to the next day as people are kind of filtering in. Johnny Five and Bub have always kind of been there. Johnny Five is preparing the kind of brunch-ish food like scrambled eggs, bacon, vegan eggs, and just like orange juice. He's got the full spread kind of set up for whoever wants to eat whatever, and probably a steak for Diz.
Steak and eggs.
It's like, I don't know, 5 o'clock somewhere that you can eat dinner for brunch.
Hate me.
Brenner.
It's Brenner.
So what is everyone doing when they arrive back at Diz's home for wayward hunters?
Adam's probably the first to show up. He would have stopped and gotten the manila folder and envelope with all of Daniela's paperwork.
Yep.
Adam's made arrangements with everyone who has joined up with the cell, so that regardless of everyone's personal circumstances, Adam's got the paperwork so he can take over power of attorney to settle any loose ends on the backside, so any potential next of kin don't necessarily have to get involved with the hunter entanglements, and it allows the cell to stay under the radar as well. Yeah, some things are a little fishy if people want to look a little closer at it, but so far no one's made an issue. Now Adam's going about, he doesn't mind the vegan food. Calories are calories, and he will take them for free wherever he can get them. So he is loading up a plate of as much protein that he can possibly get. He's probably got a large travel thermos of coffee to go along with he took a little bit of orange juice. You got to keep the vitamin C up. Scurvy's a bitch, and yeah, he's gonna sit down and tuck in, and he's just gonna start shoveling food into his face.
Okay. How's everyone else doing once they get there?
CJ will probably arrive a little bit after Adam. And instead of going for food, CJ immediately goes to whatever bar is set up or available. And, well, that's going to be breakfast for him.
So healthy.
I imagine Andrea is probably working on something with the drones. She's giving them a little pizzazz, so to speak.
And Johnny Five, noticing that you're messing around with the drones and not actually eating anything other than boxed cereal, puts a plate in front of you.
Okay, but can I have some cheese on the eggs?
Yes, you can.
What a reasonable request.
Wow.
Johnny Five is completely and utterly taken aback by the fact that there was no request for cereal or potato chips.
I like cheesy eggs and pepper gravy.
He takes that back, and he's like hurriedly rushing to the kitchen to make this.
I think he just made his entire fucking year.
Now you're gonna have to actually eat it when he brings it out.
I will.
Yep.
That's really good. Have you ever? Seriously, cheesy eggs with pepper gravy? Oh my god, it's the best thing ever.
You get no argument from me.
And then you can use like the bacon and scoop up the last bits like a spoon and just,
Enjoy.
I mean, I'm making do just fine with the vegan fare. I mean, it's not bad. You just have to pretend that it's meat, and it's totally fine.
So wholesome.
There's regular meat too. The vegan stuff's just for me.
Well,
As Axel comes out of his van towards
appears out of nowhere.
I'm hungover. I'm not hungry. Where's the bar?
Same place it always
Okay.
is.
You guys
So-
look great.
So fun fact, did you guys know that there is actually a brand of that they sell this it's like bacon. It tastes just like bacon, but it's not bacon. It is seaweed.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not bacon.
That's not bacon.
But it looks like it and it tastes like it.
No, it
Jordan,
looks
you've had it, right?
like bacon,
it's not
and
actually
it tastes like fucking dirty lies.
It's like a Dr. Seuss thing.
Yeah.
Jordan looks up for, like he has a prayer book out that he's actually been flipping through for when it's time, notably absent the coat and hat being cleaned. Just go.
Yeah, look
Just
at
goes-
you with your arms out. You go into some kind of like strip club that's
Sunshine
themed like a bar
goes out.
mitzvah.
No, my
Strip club bar mitzvah.
my coat's being cleaned.
But you know what I'm talking about, seaweed bacon.
Yeah, I won't even touch that.
See,
Have any of you tried it like at all?
I bet you would
I
rather
don't
have
need
regular
to try
bacon.
it to know that it's an abomination.
yeah, more than the spiders.
I tried a bite. Yeah, I question your taste.
If you're gonna make fake vegetable bacon, do carrot bacon. Like that one you can at least
Carrot
get kind of
bacon is
close.
actually really fucking good.
That's interesting.
All
I don't
crimes.
think I've had that one.
All crimes against
Look.
bacon kind.
Bacon deserves it.
Look, there's a coffee shop that I went to. They did this thing, and they tried, doing the carrot bacon. It was actually really good.
Is this the coffee shop?
Shut the fuck up, Diz.
Is this the coffee shop with the
Maybe.
coffee shop boy?
Wait, what?
I don't know this story. Hold on. Okay, yeah,
CJ.
I need a download. Yeah.
Update us.
Oh my god.
Have you talked to him?
I mean, do I talk to him? Yeah, every single time I go there. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Beyond placing your order.
yes, beyond placing my order.
And
I
the
do
small
this.
Small talk.
Now you realize that that's part of their job is to keep you entertained while you're waiting for your coffee.
You show him
So
your
for
gun
starters,
yet?
What's
we're
his
like
star
neighbor-
sign?
Oh, well, hang on just a second. I'll look over to Adam and go. Make no mistake, it is not their job to keep you entertained. Like they take the order, that's that. If they keep you entertained after that, that's on them.
I mean, I personally hate it when the baristas start like, "Oh, how was your day?" I'm like, "No, just shut the fuck up and give me my goddamn coffee."
That's
You're
on them. That's not a
rude.
requirement. If it is
That's
a
why you're
requirement,
not
they need to
dating
quit
the
that job.
barista.
Look.
Yeah, that's why
it's-
you don't have a cute barista boy.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
it's
no,
on the
what's his
same
star
fucking
sign?
street as my shop,
Uh-huh.
and
Easy access.
Neighbors
Afternoon
also-
delight.
Things in common.
Neighboring businesses also support each other, and he's an
So he buys
Aquarius.
gun stuff from you?
and no,
Oh. Well, then how is he supporting you then? You're supporting his business, neighboring businesses support each other, and
I mean,
You gotta show him your gun.
I post.
Adam
whenever
probably
I'm doing,
chokes on some
whenever
eggs.
we're running classes or anything like that, or whenever there's shows in the performance space and shit. He lets me post all of that stuff there, and I mean, just it's friendly. Friendly talk.
Sounds like an
Aquarius.
opening.
Sounds like a nice boy.
Aquarius isn't. So, my sister used to think that Aquariuses were like free spirits, so like
Mhm.
spontaneous and stuff like that. So I think that would probably work out.
You ever actually try dating one? They're a fucking train wreck.
Don't say that to me, Adam.
Speaking
That
from
was also
personal
very
experience. Speaking from personal experience, okay, she like wanted to move in like
Do
after
not
the first
ruin
week.
my
Noticing
fucking
how
shine.
the conversation has gone decidedly sideways, Johnny Five steps up to Diz,
Not at all sideways.
and Johnny Five kind of leans over to Diz and is like, "Yeah, it's pretty much time."
So operating under the assumption that Morgan and the one other hunter we had are also just kind of here and about.
Yeah.
Everyone who's sort of part of the cell has arrived.
Morgan and Jeff.
Jeff. I'm gonna write these down at some point. So as the conversation kind of expands and stuff, Diz definitely goes quiet and at a bit of a lull in the conversation stands up from the table. And I think everyone is probably pretty familiar with that being sort of the sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Look open to the prayer that he's going to do and just stand up.
And I figure we all kind of head over towards the pyre.
Yeah, it's completely prepared.
Does anyone want to say anything about her?
Andrea probably stands kind of away from the pyre, like not as far away as would be allowed to do so.
Adam, she was partnered up with you. You got anything?
She was dedicated to the hunt. And it went beyond the need to kill the other. She cared for the community and she cared about those missing kids. That's why she was so gung-ho about going down. And I don't fault her for her drive. But this, I think, serves as a reminder that It's just a roll of the dice, and you never know what's going to happen next. But she will be missed, and it's been a pleasure working with her. Even up to the very end, she cared about the hunt and the people we protect. That's all I got.
She'll be missed. And the hunt is lessened without her. Jordan, do you want to lead us out?
Yeah. It just opens up to the Kamal Rachamim and just reads a bit. It's like about a paragraph in Hebrew. Starts in Yalmole Rachamim Shochen Bemormim Hamsai Muchno Tichrono Akanfe Asher, and it just goes and goes and goes. And when it's done, he closes the book, puts a hand on her body, and then walks away from the pyre. As Diz probably knows, I'm not sure how everybody else knows, that Jordan's probably the one people that actually objects to the cremation process, and just walks away.
And Diz would probably take the torch from, probably Johnny 5 has it lit for her, and sets it down underneath the pyre.
And the fire starts slowly, and it builds up, licking at the edges of everything until it is just one big bonfire, consuming the former hunter and friend, cellmate, Daniela.
Once Diz has stepped remotely back,
Andrea's gonna kind of migrate towards CJ, and she's just gonna CJ?
Yeah.
This is probably a bad time to say this, but
If you think it's a bad time to say it, probably don't say it.
okay.
And after an appropriate amount of time, Johnny 5 comes out to Diz, and he's like, yeah, I think it's time you had the meeting. You had something scheduled with,
Yeah, we got that tonight.
Yeah, the pizza
Guess we'll split the
pastas.
plan.
Right.
Yeah, the haunted lasagna. Is everyone still good for the plan? CJ, you take a rooftop.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Andrea, you're in the van with the drones.
What was the plan?
Yeah, I'm yeah.
I thought CJ
I'm
wanted
missing
me
a
on the roof
lot.
with him.
You can be in the van if you're in my ear, and if you want to help us waste the time, whatever you were going to ask me then, okay?
So Adam, Agent Jeff called me up with a lead for us, potential job with the necromantic vampire mafia family, because, might be one thing when you can be three.
Oh, the what were you?
Too many fucking flavors.
Giovanni?
Yeah, the Giovannis.
Boyardies.
Fucking Peter Pasta Panini.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we'll call them. It'll go well.
Yeah.
Jordan and I know we're going in. CJ was going to give us ranged cover. Andrea was going to have the drones going around the building. Where do you and Axel want to be in this?
I mean, if we're going to be interacting directly with vampires, it might not be a bad idea to have me directly up front in the mix, just
And
in
you're with
case
us?
they tried. Yeah, their ooky spooky mind control bullshit. I got us covered there.
I'm assuming they're just gonna throw Pet Cemetery at us or something.
Okay. All right.
Necromantic
Find out if
cats.
headshots actually take out zombies.
Hey, good research for later.
Yes.
And I want the lasagna, so I'll go in.
Fuck's sake, there's not
But
gonna
I'll
be
drive you
lasagna.
guys there.
Are you just coming to go to the restaurant again?
Not just. It's just
Yeah,
a.
because I wouldn't let
bonus.
him get pasta.
You wouldn't let me get pasta. She's
Sounds
got a.
good.
She's got a phobia. She doesn't have
Fabulous.
pastaphilia.
We respect Andrea's phobias.
Yeah.
It's not a phobia.
Weird shaped
it's just,
foods.
It's not a
Connected to your dark
phobia,
backstory.
Like no food aversion. It's a neurodivergent thing. It's totally valid.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
not-
sometimes shape or
just-
textures. It's not. No, it's totally
not the-
okay.
That's not.
Plus, I don't think you should be throwing shade out here, spider fucker.
Not yet.
I mean, I
That's
I
heard.
what
love
that
y'all. Funeral was great. I gotta go to work.
I've
I can
got
eat
appointments
pasta.
too.
I just can't. I can eat pasta and all the other stuff. I just need it to not look like that.
You need shapes.
More so lack thereof shapes, but close enough.
So you want the ones that are shaped like SpongeBob.
No shapes like anything like that. Just
So-
regular round chicken nuggets are fine, or you can get like pasta that is like not just
You can get chicken nuggets that are shaped like dinosaurs.
no. I don't want anything that's shaped like creatures or look like creatures or anything like that. Nothing. Just mash it up, make it look like mashed potatoes, and I'll be fine.
Actually,
We'll handle that.
Diz, if you wanted to look over the papers with me real quick before we move on.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll take Adam up to Diz's office.
It's pretty standard stuff. Like, she was sending money back to her parents every once in a while. She occasionally crashed in the barn that Diz has, just to like cut down on costs. Couch surfed a bit. She was, trying to take care of, like, she would also occasionally donate money to charity, just to sort of like help lift people out.
All right. So, as far as her immediate next of kin, her parents or
Yeah,
did
parents.
parents, are they local? Are they?
They are just outside of the city, but on the
Okay.
other side of outside of the city,
Okay.
and not in like farmland or anything, just in the burbs.
Okay. Usually in situations like this where there wasn't, or where the body wasn't in a state to arrange to have it be discovered naturally, Adam usually has a missing persons report ready to go.
Okay.
And he just he makes arrangements to where it quietly gets worked into the system, and then once the 7 years are up, boom, they're declared legally dead, and then Adams, that's when he can actually execute whatever is left of the will. But if there's stuff like that, I want my money sent to whatever, Adams, he takes care of that stuff already, even though it's just a formality waiting for them to be declared legally.
Yeah, it would have set up her parents as being like the people to send that particular money to.
Mm-hmm. And so Adam has Diz review everything just so Diz knows that everything is on the up and up. Adam, this is a service that Adam provides to the cell, and just having some sort of third party oversight makes everyone feel a little bit more calm.
Okay.
So.
And Diz definitely trusts Adam's work. It's more just that second pair of eyes.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna head to the bank this afternoon and start getting the transfers taken care of. I'm going to also go through the personal effects list and start getting those off into the mail too. So what time were we planning on meeting tonight?
Well, I know it was after dark. Storyteller
No.
was like, what, 8:30, 9, midnight? 8,
8
It was 8 p.m.
8 o'clock.
Yep. Okay. Tell you what, my car is going to be in the shop getting some body work done. So if you could just have someone swing by my office, around like 7, give me a ride, and then we can go do whatever we need to. I've got to beat feet. Otherwise I'm going to miss everything here before they close. So
I'm sure we'll be in at least 3 vehicles. We'll get someone to swing by and get you.
all right. You have a good afternoon. I got to get moving.
You too.
And Adam makes his way down. Anyone who's still hanging around, he just kind of gives them the polite wave. He's already Adam vapes inside, but once he's outside, he lights up a regular cigarette and it's already dangling from his mouth, ready to rock and roll. He probably would have taken an Uber out here. And he's going to start walking back to town, and hopefully the Uber will eventually meet up with him.
All right.
By the time anybody goes to leave, I guess CJ is already gone.
Jordan's
He quite
hanging
literally left
here.
when he said he had to go to work.
Yeah. Jordan's hanging here, but then like realizing that he doesn't have anything to conceal any sort of weapon, he can't like bring a bat into this meeting, so he just like ties up a set of like silver knuckles into the talus.
I love it.
You
Okay.
can put it in my bag.
I can't get to it.
No, I mean your bat. Fits in the guitar case pretty.
Yeah, no, that'll work, and I'll just hand the bat over.
You just stick it in there.
That works. I'm still gonna hang on to this, but yeah, no, that'll work. That'll be good for backup.
Yeah, knuckle dusters.
They're
Rad.
silver. It works on some things. Hurts like a bitch anyway.
Andrea.
I guess that I'm riding with you two.
Yeah, and then we'll
Stop
when we
getting
get- when we
crumbs
get
in
to
my
site-
van.
Shotgun.
Oh.
And when we get to the site, you'll just meet up with CJ.
All
I
right.
figure through the group text we get everyone in vehicles, get everyone where they need to be.
Yeah.
There's organization that happens somehow.
Yeah.
Through
and
luck,
then
mostly.
The location, when you all eventually roll up to it, it's a warehouse that is in the warehouse district. You would have been brought up to the meeting place, which is in a loft above the converted warehouse, which was turned into a club, and there is like pounding music coming from that particular club by a large African American man who has a hat on, and he's like, right this way.
So we've got CJ up on a building that's
Yeah.
able to oversee us. Andrea,
Yep.
yes, stayed in Axel's van so that she can keep the drones just sort of circling around the area, make sure nothing comes in,
Yeah.
and then the 4 of us will be.
Probably CJ would have handed out earpieces to everybody because he needs to be able to hear what's going on, and he needs a way for Andrea to communicate with him.
This
So
isn't the
he and
pista
Andrea probably have
pizzeria.
an additional channel to talk on.
No, this is not the Pastaria.
No,
Think they at least have charcuterie?
You can ask.
Don't ask.
we do not.
They don't have charcuterie. This party sucks.
We're
And
here
he-
for
I
a
hate
meeting.
vampire parties.
Yes, you are the people that were contacted by Jeff, I believe.
Yeah.
Jeff.
That sounds about right.
Right this way. And he leads you up a set of stairs which are clearly designed for like a fire escape type stairs, like the metal staircase. And he leads you into a large kind of cavernous room. There's like displays of weaponry that are along the one wall with like backlighting. There is a large table, and there's a whole bunch of people at this particular table that are all like counting money, and they're like readjusting weaponry. And at the head of the table, there's a man who has long straight hair. And he is at a chair that has a large wooden back on it. There's a woman who's leaning on his chair from the one side, who has like black hair. She's Asian, and she has like a red scarf in her hair. And this seems to be a meeting already in progress. And you can see them discussing things, and he's like, they seem to be getting kind of fired up when you walk in. And the head person is standing up, and he's saying, I want them to go out there and light a fire so goddamn big that the gods will notice us again.
Lean over to Diz and go, isn't that from that movie?
It is. Creativity must fail you in later life.
Honestly,
We like fires.
we're not so bad at them.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Is them us?
Them's us.
We're them.
Hello.
And then someone comes walking in. They're dressed all in black. They're very pale. They have black makeup on their face. And they're like, I'm just here for him. And he points at the person that was sitting beside the person with the long hair.
That's none of our business.
This is already
Over
boring the shit
the-
out of me. Just kill him.
Over the earpieces, if you want laser sights to make a statement, let me know.
Very quietly. Might have to. Things are getting weird as shit here.
I have my bees, and they are. I don't have them clustered together, so you can't notice them. They are dispersed and like kind of mapping out the building
Okay.
for me, and I will have a digital 3D map. Once they
Laser
click
sight
on it.
will flick on, and over the earpieces, let them know that they can hold whatever the fuck their beef is, because 20 millimeter anti-material round says that they're not to waste our time.
Just look over at Diz and just go,
Should I go ahead and boot up Rocky, just in case?
Just in case.
Just in case.
Turn Rocky on.
So what's going on with this little tableau?
The person with the long hair, they're like, this is already boring the shit out of me. Just kill him. And then everybody opens fire on the new guy. And the new guy
That's not sounding good.
falls over. Under
Yes.
Us.
Screw that guy. Never liked him.
Just gonna keep eyes on the guy that fell down.
He disappears.
Ashes.
No.
Oh, fun.
Just like into shadow.
That was fucked up.
He's under the table.
Just gonna look at them, just sort of point at the table. Like,
I would like to just take a shot at this guy at this point because CJ is like, oh my god, this is taking 50 years. I don't have time for this.
We're not even through the posturing part of this
to
yet.
shoot the guy that is interrupting all of this.
Give me a Dex and firearms.
150% down to do that.
Also,
What's our current danger level?
The danger level has dropped down to 2,
okay.
as you have killed
And
the
I'm
quarry.
using those.
Yeah, man.
Roll ones.
I thought we were supposed to be. I thought this was like supposed to be talking.
Yeah, no, we're still talking. It's just a guy.
They're talking.
Yeah.
Just 9 successes with a Denell NTW 20.
You're pretty sure that hit.
Are we pretty sure that hit?
You're pretty sure a bit of the table disappeared with that hit.
Just look at the rest of the people like,
So if we're done solving tonight's problems, are we ready to talk about tomorrow's problems?
And one of the guys at the end of the table who ducks down to check to see if it's dead just gets dragged under the table.
Fucking god.
just gonna look to the rest of people here. Do we want to scrap this?
Do I have a 3-dimensional map layout yet?
Yes.
Okay, what do I see?
You see basically the building. You pretty much can see what Diz, Axel, Jordan, and Adam can see.
Is there any like other exits and stuff like that?
There is another exit.
that are hidden.
There's
or
an
anything?
exit that's behind where the large seat was at the head of the table. And there's a lot of gunfire that's erupting because they're trying to take this particular thing out.
I mean, this ain't our paid job yet.
It's not attacking us, right? I don't care.
Maybe you guys should just call it.
If they're more interested in dealing with this than actually fucking, the job that they're supposed to be hiring us for, just get out. I'll cover you guys.
That tracks. Hey, Diz, you have anything that goes boom?
I always have something that goes boom, honey.
Cool. Can I?
Yeah, what general size of boom would be appropriate to this room, storyteller?
Fairly large.
Large boom? Okay, I hand him the next size down from the thing we just ruined an entire meadow with.
Cool.
Not that big.
I'll just take it and wave at like the other 3 just to back up as I back up.
There's still a massive amount of gunfire going on.
I'm just gonna go.
I'm
Last
pretty sure
chance.
that y'all are good to get out.
So good doing business with you. And
I'm gonna get my bees out now.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah,
a good
do
plan.
that.
Let's go. Last chance.
we're
Going
all
once.
out.
Going twice.
I want
See in
to
hell and just
pasta.
throw the grenade in as I walk back out.
And then everything disappears.
Grenade just clatters into the middle of the room.
Well,
It doesn't
the explosion goes off, but then
Okay.
everything kind of dissipates. Like, this doesn't seem like you're kind of impressed that Diz's explosion made this all go away.
What
But
do I
it
see?
doesn't seem like that would have that effect on that.
Yeah, what do you mean everything goes away? Like it disappears or it explodes? Are we still
It's just
inside
an
a
empty
building?
room now. Like, literally everything kind of disappears.
Did I black
What
out?
am I seeing through my sight?
What you're seeing through your sight is that when the explosion goes off, it kind of like pushes everything out, and it's kind of dissipating from there.
Hold on.
It's not real. This is some bullshit.
Yeah, this
What's
seems like
going
some
on?
tricksy supernatural shit. I think I want to use Thwart the Unnatural to see through whatever nonsense this is.
Dad,
Reload.
I'm gonna ward effect onto the people that are nearby me.
Let's
I've
give
got
that a
ward and
roll.
recognition.
AJ's reloading. Get your bees in there as fast as you can, Andrea.
And they are going right back in, and
Alright.
Rocky is ready to go now. Okay.
I got 5 on thwart, and it's warded so that the people nearby me will feel the same effect.
Okay.
3 for me.
I'm also gonna look behind myself really quick.
There's nothing behind you.
I'm making my roll here. Hold on.
Alrighty.
Storyteller.
That's me.
This is a composure and occult roll. I specialize in ghosts and occult. Does this
Okay.
specialty apply?
It does not anymore.
Okay. Thank you.
Your specialty would have assumed that the thing that was getting shot when it came in was a risen.
Okay. I only got 2 successes.
So
Artemis, stop.
the thwart the supernatural, that doesn't actually do anything right now because the illusion itself had already dissipated due to the explosion.
It should hold for any further attempts on us though, or
Yeah.
at least it'll act as the resisting roll for that.
And then you hear like a clapping.
For real.
Well done. Well done. And it is a person who kind of looks like the person with the long hair, but they are different. They're dressed in like a fine Italian suit. Like, I was not expecting that. I'm going to be honest.
You invited us to an area where people started opening fire and you didn't expect a grenade?
No, actually, I wasn't expecting a grenade. I was expecting bullets. Lots of bullets.
That's a waste.
But
We don't
You're-
waste time.
you're
This
hired.
guy thinks we're amateur hour.
We haven't agreed to take your job yet.
Or know what the job is.
We're gonna need a lot more details before we talk about that.
Well, I kind of lied to Jeff.
Oh no, Jeff.
You can't really blame Jeff for this, though. I lied to him. I'm not actually
Ah,
Giovanni.
fuck Jeff.
What are you then?
I'm something that wants to get rid of the Giovanni.
Not an answer to my question.
No, not really.
You're right. I'm what you would have called a ghoul.
Okay.
Alright.
Of them?
So they fed me their blood, and it really fucks you up when that happens. You like fall in love with whoever gave you the blood, and it's not a real love. It's a ridiculous fake love. So I want them all gone.
How many of them
like,
are there?
How are you
And what
like
is he
able to do
paying?
this?
Sorry.
If you're like in love with them or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was a ghoul.
Oh, cool.
I'm not a ghoul anymore.
Got it.
Can I
Yeah,
roll
second
Sense the
question.
Unnatural?
How were you able to do all this?
Light trickery mostly. You actually took out my projectors with that explosion.
That's bullshit. There's no way projectors did that.
Can I roll Sense the Unnatural while he's explaining all this?
Yeah.
Your projectors?
Yeah.
This is not Scooby-Doo Monsters Island. That's not how projectors work.
They were real in
And
Monster
there's no
Island.
fucking way projectors would have actually been able to fool me from this distance.
4 successes. I got a 1 on one of the danger dice, but I'm gonna vouch for despair instead of overreach, so I can't use these dice until we cause some harm.
Okay.
Give
you
us
can
like 2 minutes.
sense that he's kind of supernatural. Like he's definitely not supernatural.
Okay. Do you want to try again?
Try again with what?
With the explanation as to how you did all that, because we're not buying the projector thing, and you're not exactly on the same level as us.
Tap your foot twice just if you want some intimidation factor added to this.
I can sting him.
No, let's give him a shot to answer again, now that he understands that no one here is fucking stupid.
Jeff did say you were good.
Yeah, and if he's saying you're not quite on the up and up, then I have no problem beating the answer out of you.
I have something that's called hedge magic. It's not as good as any of the mages or whatever have.
Oh, I'm familiar. Adam sees a lot of this.
Storyteller, has my contact like pointed me towards mages in the past?
Yeah, they
Okay.
would have the ones that you had kind of seen or interacted with or hunted would have been more advanced than this.
Yeah,
Like this,
but it's making sense.
yeah, it's making sense.
Okay. Thank you.
Honesty's so easy, right?
It is.
So how many of them are there?
There's at least 6 that I know of. They're located in the back of that particular restaurant that I'm sure you probably already dug up by now, but I will give you the information. I have the file folders. The only thing is they have my sister.
All right, now hold on a second here. There's 6 vampires total.
At least that I know
Diz,
of.
At least.
What's the going rate per vampire, Diz?
And what's the going rate for fucking rescue jobs?
Oh, pricey, which leads us to our next question. How are you going to be funding this operation? Because I don't want none of your holographic money.
I've dealt with Jeff in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows that my money's good.
Well, money talks and bullshit walks, so let's go.
I might be able to look to see what his finances are.
Do it.
Yep.
For that, you'd need a name.
Oh yeah, and they just give us Giovanni. Run facial analysis like it's CSI.
I probably could do that actually too.
I mean,
Enhance.
It is
rotate 45 degrees.
Analyze.
Oh, his reflection's in the door across the street.
Enhance and flip it.
Get rid of that
My
object in the way.
computer
Let's see
expert
what's
over on
behind
the
it.
couch here is giving me the eyeball.
But like everyone
Andrea.
here and the audience to know that pretending I don't know a lot about computers is really hard right now.
Enhance. Andrea, give me an intelligence and technology roll, which I believe is a pretty sizable pool for you.
It is. Will
And
by any
your bees would have picked up basically at this point on him and given you kind of like a 3D like thing that you can basically like run a bunch of different searches on.
would any of my global access perks play into effect on this?
That would help, yeah.
All right. Good to know. Okay. All right. 1 second.
Yeah, Jeff knows my money's good.
Shit. I dropped.
Jeff's
two
not
dice. Hold on.
here.
Andy, Google it faster.
I'm working on it. It's not. It's just. It's,
I want to go to the restaurant.
Reverse image search.
10 critical.
Do we?
Yeah, that's more than enough. You hit a few things on the computer. You probably got a Linux system set up, a whole bunch of different things. You go through. This guy is kind of loaded.
Do we have a name for him?
The name is Francis. Francis Carlton.
Okay. So Mr. Carlton in front of you, I don't know where it's coming from yet, but he does seem to have a substantial amount of money in his account, so that's good.
Got a first name, Andrea?
What was it again?
Francis.
Andrew, is that what you said?
Francis.
Francis, sorry. Francis Carlton.
Frankie.
I say it out loud, like unintentionally. Just go, Francis.
How's his sister look?
Jeff did say you were good.
Very good.
If give me more time, I can probably try to find. It might take a
Look
little
up the
bit more time,
sister.
but I can probably do that.
There
too,
are a
if
couple
he has-
pictures of him with his sister,
Don't.
and his sister is fairly good looking. So Axel's. Yeah, I don't know if you want to pass that information along to
can we-
Axel.
Don't tell Axel anything about the sisters.
Just
Please,
check your
just don't.
phones, and
Just
I've
tell
already
me.
sent it to the phone to the group.
Drea,
I am
I love
not
you.
looking.
Sweetie, I'm disappointed.
I'm in.
Oh, one second. I can just remove it and then do it again.
No, I already saw it.
Nope, it committed to memory.
Yep.
So your
I-
sister Carlton here, is she also like you? X-School, Magic-y, holograms?
Spider.
She's current duel. That's the problem.
Oh, so she's not gonna wanna go. This is not a rescue mission, this is a kidnap.
Yeah, we get to kill 6 vampires and pull one of the attached away from them.
Well, the one
It's
thing
like
I
the-
Fucking
withdraw that.
culty programming.
I do
Mhm.
know, if this helps, is that once the vampire in question, let's just say, gets dusted, that particular connection gets severed.
We just have to hope it's one of the 6.
6+.
6 plus.
So here's what we're gonna do. You're going to pay us up front for 6 of them and the rescue mission. Anything that occurs after that 6 is the same fee plus 10% compounding per additional.
Make sure you get cash, because like I said, I haven't quite traced where the money's coming from, so
yes.
it might not stay there. So make sure you
Excellent.
get cash up front.
Yes, Frankie, my comrade in arms here has recommended some cash. So I think actually a $250 per diem per team member cash would be awesome too.
2,500.
Costs
2,500.
a lot. Costs
Well, I
a
mean-
lot to keep this operation running. You understand, right?
Yeah, but I just didn't think that you valued yourself so small that it was $250.
Yeah,
Well, this
I
is-
didn't say that.
This is the
Diem.
per
God damn
diem. This is the per diem. This is so I can like eat steak for 3 meals every day.
That's
Well, we're
per
on
team
this job.
member per day
Yeah.
in addition to the fee.
Yeah.
So why don't you and I sit down and we'll run some numbers real quick?
Sure.
I would prefer to have a grand. There's some stuff I want.
I'm gonna turn off the earbud in my ear. This is so reminding me of that scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when CJ keeps talking when they're trying to be undercover. So I'm
very
just gonna
quiet.
turn that off.
I I attempt to very quietly explain to Andrea, like, look, $250 per day, it's gonna get up to $1,000. Like, we're
And I'm gonna sit down with Frankie real quick, and we're gonna talk some disgusting numbers
yeah.
here.
And in the interim, God, y'all need to learn how to dream bigger.
There's gonna
Can't believe
be
you guys tricked me into a
$250 a day?
contract
Really? You're a
negotiation.
fucking lawyer, my dude.
Well, I was wanting it to be a grand a date, not because there's a particular
No,
thing that I was wanting.
that's why I said $2,500 a day, because fuck that.
Right, that would be better. I could really get what I'm wanting to get much faster. But okay, yeah.
Love you, Adam.
Adam also kills his earpiece now, and Adam's not he is not participating in the negotiation between Diz and Frankie, but he is technically a notary and would be more than happy to sign off on any actual documents.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on the numbers and making sure that the numbers don't accidentally shift between the paper going back and forth between Diz and Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure we
He's
come
just
to a
being a shithole.
totally fair and
yeah.
reasonable number for us.
Oh yeah, for us. And it's at that point.
He's welcome to take his business elsewhere.
No, I think you were recommended as the best.
And sign on the dotted line, and Diz draws a dotted line on the notebook.
He signs it.
She signs it.
Adam stamps it. Yeah. All right. So it's at that point when the hunters leave with the deal in place that we will call this particular episode to an end. Tune in next week to see what happens when they all die. No, I'm kidding. They probably
But rich.
At least we die rich.
I mean, we all expected a
Andrea's-
TBK tonight, so.
The Andrea's still in the van and she's got Rocky, so she's not gonna die.
It's true. And CJ's up on the building. The other, yeah. So,
We're good.
thank you all for watching. Thank you for any bits and or subscriptions. We are probably in the chat thanking you in person, but we can't thank you on video because we filmed this like the Wednesday before the Wednesday that just passed or something. I don't know. Time is weird. So thank you all for watching, and we're going to do some quick outros, and then it's going to shut down for a quick sec, and then we're going to kick you over to the vampire game, which I also run. So let's go in the opposite order. Let's start with Zach.
Hi, I'm Zachary Votto. I've been Jordan Steenkanen. That's my Twitter handle, and I've got links over that way. Couple things that I'm doing right now include ATL by Night, which is in its 8th season on Tuesdays. Twitch.tv/ATL by Night. We're coming up towards the end of season 8, so please do tune in and see how things go for us. And I've been in a Kids on Bikes game on TTRP Theater, which you can check out on Thursdays at twitch.tv/TTRP Theater. I'm sure there's an underscore in there. I've forgotten how it's typed out. Apart from that, follow me on Twitter to see what else I get up to. I am wherever tabletop games are played.
And Sam.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha McLarty and I have been Andrea Locke. I do things and stuff regarding tabletop games. I have no idea what's going to be airing at this point just yet. I know that in October we're going to do a fun game with Darktober. I know London's Bleeding is going to be airing at some point. I'm not sure when. And I think that there's other stuff happening. I don't know what else. If you're going to the night in question, whenever this airs, you will see me there. I hope to really fuck with you as the Banshee Warpack person. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm really bad at this. Links in the channel. Follow that. That's where you'll see what I'm doing. There you go.
And speaking of the night in question, Johnathan.
Hi everybody, I'm Johnathan. I was CJ Hoyt. I am the community manager for Jackalope Live Action Studios. We produce The Night in Question, which is a blockbuster Sabbat LARP that is taking place the weekend of September 16th in Austin, Texas. So we still have some tickets available. If you want to come and join us, come and join us. I am also one of the creative partners for Cerberus Interactive Media. We will be producing a consent-based / Nordic-style V5 LARP called Giovanni the Family Reunion this year at Midwinter, well, this upcoming year at Midwinter Gaming Convention. I have been in Stuff and Things, and I will be in Stuff and Things this winter. You can catch me as part of the incoming coterie for ATL by Night. I play the Spider. And all of the disaster that particular little Assombra is.
And
that's all I got.
And Lex.
Hi, I'm Lex. I was Diz. I had a smart mouth this game. You can find me in all kinds of stuff on all kinds of channels. And if you enjoy Hunter content, you should absolutely check out my books, A Cold Day in Hell, the Huntress series, also strong female mom vibe characters, lots of much sexier vampires than we have encountered thus far in this game, and almost as much sarcasm as you've encountered in this game, but not quite, because Jonathan's not in my book.
It's true.
Oh, fuck you.
Buy
You can find
Alexa's
my links.
I like you too.
Find me in things, find me on places, I do stuff, links, etc. Go.
And Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brennan. I was Axel. Those are my links. I'm on Stuff.
The end.
Yeah, that pretty much narrows it all down. And Patrick.
Hi, Patrick Gill, creative director over at Martlet Games. We have a very busy fall/winter ahead of us, as Sam has alluded to. London's Bleeding is going to be starting up very, very soon. I'm having a blow upstairs here, so I can't remember the exact date that we agreed upon, but it's basically like right now.
Soon. Or now.
Yeah. Now, on top of London's Bleeding, we've got the Darthtober stuff popping off. As Sam has mentioned, we are running 1, 2, 3 actual plays. We're doing some tabletop simulator. We're doing some random video game streams. We're doing a horror movie icon or cult horror movie icon thing. Lots of things there. Just keep an eye on the socials. We're busy. Love you all. Have a good night.
And this guy is Storyteller Steve. You're going to see me in a few minutes running Vampire. And we have some other stuff coming up soon. We were going to be in the studio at some point. I'm going to be leading that particular charge. So what I would like for everybody to do, if you want to help us out, get in the studio, make sure all the people that are in the studio are paid. Go over to our Patreon, go over to our YouTube, watch some videos. Every little bit helps. Go to our Ko-Fi, check that out. Every little teeny tiny bit helps. And if you go to our Patreon, you can see some behind the scenes stuff from this particular episode and other Hunter episodes specifically, or you could buy some stuff from our merch shop. I am wearing the D10 dice, the blood dice, hazmat for Brennan, and the blood hammer, I think blood hunter, that's the one.
Blood Avenger.
Blood Avenger. I knew it was blood something.
Can't you read Hebrew?
Come on.
I cannot. That is one of my failings that Zach is wearing, because that is an awesome t-shirt. Go pick up some of those. Pick up a sticker. Pick up some of our stuff over there. And we also have a bunch of other stuff. You can get coffee mugs. You can get shower curtains, which no one's bought yet. You could be the first one to buy a shower curtain that has the VBN symbol on it.
Or you could get one that's for Team Guntwink. I'm
Or
just
you
saying.
could get that. We've already sold a Team Guntwink t-shirt. It's awesome. Go get some of your own. So yeah, we will pop you over to the vampire in just a couple minutes. I just have to shut this down, get everything set up, and we will see you next week for more Hunter the Reckoning. Have a good night, everybody.